great internship advice. We have new content and new internships posted on internking.com every single day. We have new YouTube videos on our YouTube channel every single Wednesday, and we've really dedicated our lives to helping all of you guys figure out what you want to do and how to get to where you want to be. So tonight, the Intern Queen Party, tonight is a celebration. I want a round of applause for all of the hardworking interns in the house. I'm so excited for all of you, and I really hope that you listen to these panelists, because to me, they all have the dream jobs, right? In a lot of different industries, and I'm so excited to hear the wisdom that they're going to share with you tonight. So before we introduce our panel, I first want to thank all of our sponsors for tonight. Can we all give a round of applause for Macy's? You guys, I'm from Florida originally. I lived in Los Angeles. Hi, Florida. I've lived in LA for about 10 years now. And if you would have asked me 10 years ago, did I think I'd ever be hosting an event at Macy's? No way, right? No way. So I have been honored to work with the Macy's team for the past 3 years to make the Intern Queen Party happen, not only in New York, but also in Los Angeles. So again, big shout out to Macy's. For those of you that were, I think, the first 300 in line, I know you guys got $20 gift cards that expire tonight. So make sure that you guys are shopping. I know that if you spend $75, you get that awesome character sketch. So make sure to check that out. I also want to thank our second sponsor, Michael Kors. That's pretty cool, right? That's pretty cool. Tessa is our panelist today from Michael Kors. You guys will hear from her in just a little bit, but we are so excited to literally take over the Michael Kors boutique inside of Macy's. I'm sure you guys are all familiar with the luxury brand of Michael Kors. Our other sponsor is Webster Apartments. I like it. We got some Webster people here. So, Webster provides intern housing specifically for women in New York City. I have a lot of points that I want to read about Webster because I want to make sure that you guys all leave here today knowing exactly what they are. They're the ones that are providing those awesome LinkedIn photos on the other side of the floor. So, with Webster, they provide dorm-style living accommodations for women who are interning or working in New York City. You can stay for 4 weeks, or you can stay for 5 years. I've personally toured it. I know it's nice. It's located at 34th Street, kind of in the center of everything. They have single rooms, private rooms, shared rooms. They have everything you want. So again, if you guys are thinking about interning in New York for the fall, for the spring, next summer, moving here after graduation, definitely check out Webster Apartments. And tonight they are doing a $250 giveaway. Marisol, can you bring up the raffle? So I hope you guys entered this. This is for a $250 Visa gift card. All right. Clarissa. Oh, I see you. Yay. So come see Marisol on the side and she'll help you. Amazing. Thank you, Webster. So you guys, I hope that you went over to the Macy's My Stylist table and entered their $250 giveaway that they're doing for a shopping spree. I did work with the
everybody to make some noise and put your hand up one time for the picture.
Where he inspires, collaborates, and helps elevate merchandise for today's Macy's consumer. I like it. Outside of Macy's, Kenneth is a DJ. Oh, we got two in the house, okay? And he's a fashion influencer. He's partnered with a ton of cool brands, so give it up for Kenneth. All right. Got a lot of things in my house. All right. So next, from one of our sponsors, Michael Kors, we have Tessa California. So Tessa started working at the company at Michael Kors since 2012, right? So she's been at Michael Kors a while. Tessa understands the uneasy feeling of graduating college and figuring out the right career move and goals to set. I know a lot of you guys are dealing with that today. She's excited to be here and talk about how she overcame her fear and landed a very successful job. She's moved up the ranks at one of the most reputable companies in the world. Give it up for Tessa. Alright. So next, this is someone that I've been wanting to be on our panel for a long time, and we finally got her. We have Samantha Kelly from TED Talks. Sam Kelly works at TED, where she runs a fellowship program for a diverse set of creative and brilliant individuals. She runs production for her team's live events, reads thousands of applications a year. TED is like the thing, right? And occasionally writes and directs video content for TED Talks. Sam studied broadcast journalism and history at NYU, and outside of the office, she writes her own original television scripts, hosts a book club, and binge listens to podcasts. Now this one is one of my very own. This is Gabby Cristofaro from L'Oreal. So you guys, Gabby was actually one of my interns many years ago, which we love. And she's been on the intern theme party panel before at her previous company, a couple years back. So Gabby is the digital marketing manager at L'Oreal. She works on the brand SE Nail Polish. Heard of it? Thought so. She is piloting activation and innovation for the U.S. division of SE Nail Polish. As a former intern of internqueen.com, never heard of that, she learned the ropes of marketing, PR, and communications, ultimately developing a passion for digital marketing. Currently, she's enrolled at NYU Stern, and Gabby is working to achieve her MBA, specializing in digital and luxury marketing. Jason, are you ready for this? Are you sure? That's okay, we'll bring it over to you. All right, you guys. So we've been doing the intern theme party for 7 years, and I don't know, we've had a lot of great people speak on our panel from magazines. We've had Cosmo, 17, lots of cool places. I don't know that we've ever had an editor-in-chief. Jason Pfeiffer from Entrepreneur Magazine. Jason is the editor-in-chief of Entrepreneur Magazine. He's previously been an editor at Men's Health, Fast Company, Maxim, and Boston Magazine. He's also the host of the podcast Pessimist Archive, co-founder of the search engine Crossing.us. You guys should write that down. I looked at it the other day. It's really cool. Crossing.us. And he's the co-author of the novel Mr. Nice Guy, which he wrote with his wife, and will come out next year on St. Martin's Press. Round of applause for Jason. All right, I think we did that. That was a lot of people. We've never done that before with the intros, but it's nice to hear about you guys. All right, cool. So My first question for the panel is, what do you wish you knew in college about what the real world is like today? What do you wish you knew in college about what life in the real world is like today?
For me, I mean, working in the fashion industry, you see all the movies, you flip through the magazines, you see the glossy pages, but it's honestly not as glamorous as it looks. It's super fun, but there's a lot of work that goes into it. I thought before I started interning that Fashion Week was about going to shows and looking at pretty clothes, but honestly, I go to Fashion Week and the following week I'm doing all these recaps and, meeting with the designers and buyer appointments, so there's a lot of hard work that goes into it.
And Tessa?
For me, in my current role, my job is extremely analytical.
It's on.
So my job is extremely analytical. So as an internship, I feel like it's extremely important to utilize the resources you have in school. Whether for me, it would have been retail math or marketing courses, because things that you do learn in school, I actually do apply in my current job, which if you asked me that when I was in school, I would think it actually did not apply at all. So I feel like I would have gone back and maybe paid attention a little bit more, because it definitely do apply to what I'm doing currently.
And Sam, what is the real world like for you today? I mean, what is like your day-to-day at 10?
My day-to-day is different all the time. I mean, we go through waves. I think for me, when I was in school, there were a lot of things that felt really unattainable, and in the workforce, I feel like I've done a process of demystifying a lot of things. There's pretty much very basic organized steps to most things, even if it's like making a movie or giving a TED Talk. There is a process and there's a way to do that, and so that was very comforting. I think going into the workforce, I read thousands of applications for people who want to come and give talks and be TED fellows and come to a TED conference, and so there really is a way to do that, and I think I felt really comforted once I joined the workforce to know you can kind of do anything if you're a little bit organized.
And Gabby, what about you? What do you wish you knew about what life after University of Delaware was going to be like?
So I wish that I knew how, accountable that you actually needed to be once you got into the real world. I feel like in college it's a little more laid back, it's a little more, relaxed, but once you get into the real world, you are responsible for everything that you're putting out there. You have a super strong image to maintain, especially in the workforce. And you want to just make sure that you're putting your best self out there. People are always, relying on you to provide certain things to them and to, meet certain deadlines and certain deliverables that you might not have been used to when you were in college. So I think that's something that is, every day you're working towards something new. So that was a huge change.
And Jason, what about you? What do you wish you knew then that you know now?
I thought there was a path. I thought there was a specific path that I had to take. That I had to take this job and then this job and this job, and I had to set a goal 5 steps down, and then I had to work specifically towards that goal. That is not true. What I ended up discovering was that every job that I took, as long as it could teach me something, was valuable. And I took jobs at places, I knew I wanted to work in media. I didn't know what kind, but I kept making yeses. And so I would take this job to go there and that job to go there. And honestly, what I found was that as long as I went somewhere that I could learn from, I took a job at Men's Health. I didn't care about health. These abs are excellent. But I didn't care about it. But what I learned was that there was lots of things at that job that I absorbed and that helped me in my career at places that had absolutely nothing to do with health. Then I went on to Fast Company. I didn't know that I cared about business, but I took it because originally I wanted to learn how to do long-form editing. But now that ultimately led me to the career that I have now at a business magazine. So I really, really advise you to just take jobs that you feel like you can learn from, even if they don't feel like they're on a perfect path for you.
And I want to keep the microphone over to you, Jason. So a lot of people want to be an editor-in-chief of a magazine or a website or something, right? Someday, that's pretty cool. I mean, what is your advice to everybody in the room? How do they get there? And what things can they participate in college to get to where you are?
It's pretty, it's very close to what I just said before, in that just get the experience. Because you don't know where you're going to end up, and I'll tell you that By the time that you reach an editor-in-chief level, you'll have gone through quite a lot of your career, and you'll have discovered things about yourself that you did not know. There is no possible way that I could have imagined that I would be running a business magazine. I did not care about business when I was in college, or really frankly after college. It took a long time for me to care about business. I thought I was interested in, I got into journalism to be a music writer, right? And now I don't want to do that at all. I lost interest in it, I found some other things that I was interested in. And so I think that the real key is if you have a passion for some kind of industry or some kind of work, that you just go do it and you learn from it and you be okay with changing your path midstream. It's totally fine to get into something and say, I've learned this is really great, but now I've discovered that actually I'm really good at this other thing that I didn't even know, and then go do it. So keep two things in your head at the same time. Somewhere where you want to go, it's great to have a goal, and then the option to go and abandon that goal and do something else.
And how many people here are going into their sophomore year of college? Junior year of college? Senior year of college? How many just graduated? Very cool. So that's what we got. So we have quite the mix in the room, which is great. For the people in the room that are still in college, what do you guys recommend they do while in college to stand out?
For me, when I was in college, I researched and networked all over the place. I didn't know exactly what company I wanted to work for, but if anyone had a career fair, I was there. Just go on these sites and see if they had any time to come to the office to shadow people and just do as much research as possible. Also, don't be afraid to email people and send resumes or send projects